TransLution checking is intended for customers who do not require complete parcel details and packing lists. There are two checking options available. Option 1 is a standard checking and simply validates all items on the dispatch note. In addition to validating items on the dispatch note, Option 2, which is box creation, also lets the user specify the number of boxes and the dimensions and mass. Remember, these options do not record what is in each box. TransLution Standard SO Pack delivers this level of detail if required. Let's take a look at Option 1, Dispatch Note Checking. To begin, we log in with our credentials. From the Workflow menu screen, we select the SO Check workflow. This brings up a list of all the functions available for checking. We start with the Check Dispatch Note function. This function is used to check stock against a dispatch note. We scan the dispatch note. TransLution validates the dispatch note exists in SysPro and is in status 5. Next, we scan the item. TransLution validates that the stock code exists in SysPro is on the dispatch note and there is enough quantity left to check for the stock code. Next, we enter the quantity. TransLution validates the quantity entered is numeric and does not exceed the quantity on the dispatch note. We are looped back to the scan item step. Here we will scan a lot traceable item. TransLution validates the stock code exists in SysPro, is on the dispatch note, and there is a quantity left to check for the stock code. TransLution checks if the item is lot traceable and gets the lot details. We then enter the quantity. TransLution validates the lot is on the dispatch note and the quantity check does not exceed the quantity on the dispatch note for the stock code. Once the dispatch note is fully checked, TransLution posts to SysPro to update the dispatch note status to 7 and prints the dispatch note. Now let's take a look at the View Variances grid. This is a general grid used to view variances between what is checked against the dispatch note and to print a variance report. This is a sample of the checking variance report. The line colors show green where the dispatch quantity equals the checked quantity, white when the checked quantity is 0, and yellow when the checked quantity is less than the dispatch quantity. This is a view of the View Variances grid on EasyTouch. Now let's take a look at the Cancel Check Pack function. This general grid shows all sales order dispatch notes that have not been assigned to a load and have been logged in TransLution in the last 10 days. This includes dispatch notes that have been invoiced and cancelled in SysPro in case the user would like to cancel the order in TransLution as well. The Cancel Dispatch Note button is used to cancel an entire dispatch note and return the stock to a staging bin in the warehouse. This is what the grid looks like on EasyTouch. Let's take a look at Option 2, Box Creation. This option gives you the ability to print box labels and capture dimensions and mass, although we don't know what is in the boxes. Now let's take a look at how to print box labels. We scan the dispatch note and then enter the number of box labels required. This is a sample of the box labels. The next function is the Capture Box Dimensions and Mass. This function is used to capture the dimensions and mass of the boxes. We start by scanning the box. TransLution validates that the barcode is a valid box barcode. We then select the box type. If the box type does not have dimensions stored against it, the user will be asked to enter the dimensions. Otherwise, the dimensions stored in the TransLution master data will be logged against the box. Now let's take a look at the View Boxes on Dispatch Note grid. This general grid is used to view boxes for specific dispatch notes. Boxes can be removed from the dispatch note, and new labels will print. A button to reprint labels is also included. The grid will only show the last 7 days dispatch notes in the event that the TransLution loading module is not being used. This is what the grid looks like in EasyTouch.